Howdy folks, it's Earl here, and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator in the end, or nearing the end of what I believe is the Portugal journey bush trip. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. This bush trip so far has been a complete wash. The descriptions for every leg are all screwed up. They have descriptions from other legs mixed in and can't figure out what is going on. So we're actually using the GPS with autopilot to guide us through the bush trip, and we're just looking around. And if you know what the things are, good. If you want to Google them, you can. That's what I'm going to do when I'm done recording this. But it's been a complete waste of time, this bush trip, unfortunately. It's officially my least favorite of all the bush trips. I think I've done 23 of them so far or something, whatever we're at right now. So it's a big bummer, but yeah, I don't know. I'll show you what I mean as soon as we get inside, in case you haven't seen the other legs of the bush trip yet. What happens is we pull this up, and this is all wrong. The community, blah, 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 blah. Head southeast, and then there's the name of it there in the middle of the trip, and then Libsyn, and then this was from, this was from Bush Trip Leg 1, and this is like from Bush Trip Leg 3 or something. So this is all wrong. The bold stuff might be right. I honestly don't even care, to be honest, because this is all wrong. I don't even care if the heading and timing is right, because we're using the GPS to get us through it. So kind of silly. We're just using GPS to fly us through, but then we can pull this up and look at the POIs. We can be like, okay, look, 282930. Then we can look on this map and say, okay, that's what we're supposed to look at, even though we don't know what it is, and that type of thing. It looks like we're landing at a tiny runway for this one, which is fine. We can do it in this plane. So that's what we do. We just get up in the air. I edit down some sightseeing. Maybe talk once or twice, then we land and move on. So this video, we'll do the last two legs of the bush trip, just to get it over with. So if this is the first time you've seen a bush trip video of mine, please watch my normal ones. There's only 2 flaps on here. Why do I think there's 3? Okay, 1, 2. See, because 10 gets skipped, see? 10 is skipped. 1, 2. Whatever. Anyway, come down here, repair and refuel, and set up autopilot so that it'll take us. 4,000 feet has been perfect so far, so let's do that. And let's just finish this bush trip. I'm normally not in any hurry at all, but like I've said many times now, it's just a complete wash. Whoops, let's go up, not down. Let's do 1,100 feet per minute just to get up there, make sure the barometer is okay, and it is. That's it. So I'm not even going to look at the description because it's all wrong. It's from the other legs. So we're going to hop in the air and let autopilot fly us away, and we'll look around. And how many times I pushed I pushed the parking brake like 3 times. Anyway, so yeah, again, if you have not seen a regular video or bush trip video of mine, this is not a good example. This is not a good bush trip. It's all screwed up. Huge bummer too, but we will get through it. Pop on up, brakes to stop the wheels, gears fixed. That was a weird pop up, and the flaps coming in. And let's go over these trees. And we'll engage autopilot almost right away too, because why not? And basically we're just going to fly through this here. And apparently the trees are creating a lot of wind. Alright, let's go here and hit autopilot. And there we go. That's it. We'll bring back throttles and props in a moment, once we're established on our altitude. And there we go. Don't have much to say. So, I'm literally getting you to sightseeing 3 minutes into the video. Yep, this is not how I normally do these videos at all. But whatever. Work with what we got. I'll see you later. So out there somewhere is our airport. I've been very careful about making sure that every POI has been in sightseeing. I don't know how to point out the POIs. I guess I could have gone through with editing and highlighted stuff, but I don't even know what we're looking at sometimes. Does this look like a character? There's the tomahawk. Is that a tomahawk, the axe thing? And their nose, their eyes, their hair, their head, their body, a tail, legs. Does that look like an animal or a creature? Does that not look like a creature? Now it looks like a bird or something with a feather head and scissors in its hand, holding scissors, running with scissors. That is the coolest looking thing I've ever seen. That made the bush trip worth it. But other than that, this thing is just nuts. It's a silly bush trip because everything is screwed up. I don't know how that doesn't get past the bug testers or whoever's testing bush trip stuff. Even the simple typos and things and wrong words, I kind of forgive the translation stuff, but not really, because they do have translators on staff and they have asked for that. But when it's all screwed up like that and the things are out of order and the things are from different legs, you just don't even know what you just fly in and go through the motions, and that's what we're doing. And you might be asking, then why is he even recording this and putting on YouTube on the channel? Well, that's because we're doing every bush trip. So this is one of the bush trips. Therefore, we're recording it and putting it on the channel. That's why. So we're looking for a dirty runway. Dirt. We're right along the water, or pointing towards the water. Kind of dirty paved gravel. Some trees around it. I don't see it yet. I'm sure we're way too high anyway, but that's because I want to see it. So let's do this. Let's zoom in 1 so we get an idea. Let's turn off autopilot. And let's bring back throttles so we come down a little bit. And we'll try to land this thing and immediately move on to the final leg in this video. Oh, I think I see it right here. I think that's it. That's what we're going to aim for. So then we'll go right into the final leg in this video, wrap this thing up. Then I think I have one more until I'm caught up at the time of this recording. However, you're watching this so far in the future that there's probably been at least one world update. For sure there's been a sim update since I've recorded this, and there's probably also a world update since I've recorded this. So there's probably more bush trips. I just don't know what they are yet as I record this one. So I don't know. I hope to catch up with the bush trips, not because we're in a hurry. It's just be nice, a sense of completion, and then just be more current when the other ones come out. This is not our runway because it's not against the water. Remember the nav log showed it was against the water. See? Well, maybe that's just, yeah, that's not a runway. 17 minutes and 44 seconds it said. It's taking me over 25 minutes. Not including my talking in the beginning, so not sure why it's taking so much longer. Oh, there's a runway right there, I bet. So let's go around like this. Full throttle. Stay at this altitude. Do not descend. Do not ascend. Just stay right here. And assume that's our runway. Sure looks like it. Right there. Boom, 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 boom. Pretty sure that's it. Let's enjoy our final views outside. Let's slow down and get into flap range. I almost oversped. Looking out the window. Would have had to redo the leg. That would have been a big bummer. But we're going to aim right there as though that's our runway. It might not be. It might be something else. But we're going to aim as that, though that's it. I really want that to be a runway. I mean, it could be that. But I'm pretty sure it's that. I'm only 80% confident. We will use this view so we can see the runway and our, I'll say 6-pack, but it's our glass cockpit. So we can keep an eye on our vitals while we look at the runway. So let's use this view and see what happens. First set of flaps. Gears already down, of course. Do not hit that windmill farm or air turbine farm, wind turbine farm. I don't even know what they're called these days. 2 sets of flaps, which this only has 2 sets. We noticed when I looked at it earlier. Don't know why. There's 3 marked down there, but whatever. Maybe it's a bug. Okay, so you turn before the wind turbine farm. If you hit the wind turbine farm, you've gone too far. Alright, cool. I don't think there's supposed to be buildings here. I think they're supposed to be silo-like things. So it's a bummer that it doesn't represent silo. That looks so funny like that. Alrighty, keep an eye on the prize. That is definitely our runway. What else would it be? Keep an eye on that prize. And keep our speed nice and low, so we don't have to go around this time.
500.
And we'll land. I'm watching traffic on that road, and that's going to turn into us here. And there's a dilapidated building off the nose there. Keep an eye on the speed. Nose down for the speed, but then use throttles to keep it from descending too much. And we're picking up a lot of wind for some reason. And normally there would be power lines right here. That would be in our way, but we're just going to go between them and pretend they don't exist. Because see how high we are? Man, this is weird. If you want to avoid power lines, you wouldn't make it. Now we're too fast because I was trying to avoid power lines, but that's okay because we're going to round out at the last minute here. And then just let it put itself on the ground. There's the ground effect, keeping us afloat. And there you go. Where's the ground? Somewhere. Somewhere. Where are ya? Reverser, switch reversers, brakes, nose wheel down somewhat gently, flaps coming in. And there we go. Okie dokie. Took 11 minutes longer than it's supposed to. So let's immediately go to the next leg and finish this thing. Alright, I think this is the final leg. Do we have reversers? Reversers still engaged. Okay, that's better. Coming down here, repair, refuel, blah, blah, blah. Let's zoom this out a little bit until that disappears, which is right there. Okay, there we go. Flaps, where are you? We'll take off with flaps on this one, obviously. And we'll taxi to the end and come back. Or maybe we'll back taxi and go forward. I don't know. Let's read about some stuff. Half an hour, so it's kind of a lengthy leg. That's fine. Turn slightly, nope. Head south at the coast. Continue from there, land at the airport. Really. There's the name of it. South of a city. These are all wrong. This was from, whoops. This was from leg 2, I think. This was from leg 1. No, this is from leg 2. That was from leg 1. See, it's a big waste of time. So we're going to fly for half an hour. I'm going to call out some stuff as I see fit. Whoops, sorry. I'll let the party break off. I'm not call out stuff. I will do sightseeing and jump in narration if I feel like it's necessary. Otherwise, you're just going to have a long flight of sightseeing. Oh my gosh, what the heck? Can you taxi if I go faster than 1 knot? I hit like 3 knots and it won't taxi anymore. Good grief. What a mess. We're not going to taxi all the way down here, but we'll taxi part of the way. So yeah, I think what's going to happen is you're just going to see sightseeing for this whole leg. So 31 minutes cut down to a couple minutes. And that's going to be it. And that's going to conclude this thing, because this is silly. Anyway, hopefully the other ones I still have to do are okay, and hopefully any future ones are okay. This was part of World Update 8, I think. World Update 9, they were fine. The navlog still would expand if you collapsed it. And the stopwatch doesn't work if you close it and start it up again, or if you close the navlog and open it. Those things used to not be a problem in the beginning, so I know it can be done appropriately, and I know it's a bug right now, but they still haven't fixed it in like 4 updates. But anyway, this was from quite a while ago now, and there have been bush trips after this one that are okay. So hopefully, it's really hard to get going in this grass and turn. So hopefully any new updates or any new bush trips will also be okay. That was a struggle to get out, but I'm also concentrating, and I gotta be very careful, because if you screw up your gear taxiing, then you crash. And I don't want to crash. I just want to go like this. Thank you. Good grief, that was insane. I forgot to step autopilot. We'll do that while we taxi. Yeah, that's appropriate. Let's set up autopilot while we taxi, while we take off. 4,000 feet. There we go. Flight director. I can't see it from here, so we'll have to do it on the air. Pop up brakes to stop the wheels. Gear is fixed. Flaps coming in. Come over here. Flight director. Nav for the last time. Vertical speed. Let's not hit the ground. please. 1,100 feet per minute. And autopilot engage. Make that 1,100 feet. Thank you. That was hilarious. Not really. Whoa, what a mess. Goodness gracious. What a mess. Anywho, what was I saying when I was trying to taxi? Oh, yeah. There have been bush trips released in an update after this one that were totally okay. So we know they're fine. It was just the ones from the Siberian Peninsula update that all were screwed up. So the Italy ones were fine, and hopefully any ones that have come out since this recording are fine. I just want them to fix the collapsing navlog thing. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm sure you do by now. If you collapse these, because you're done with them, and you close it and open it, they expand again. That used to not happen. They used to stay collapsed, so I know it can be done. The other thing that happens is if you start your stopwatch, and you close this, and you come back, it resets. Again, that used to not be a problem, so I know it can be done. Of course, if you minimize this, everything is fine. But then you have that stupid thing in the corner. I can drag it around, but it's still in the way. So there you go. That's what I was trying to say during the taxi. I'm sure you caught my drift anyway. Alrighty, so here we go. We're literally going to fly for half an hour, and I'm going to give you sightseeing and cut it down, and I'll see when it's time to land, so hopefully you enjoy this bush trip. I mean, it wasn't a total waste. We got to see some cool parts of Portugal. But, otherwise, the navigation was a complete waste of time. So, enjoy the sights, because that's all we've got, and I'll see you in a little bit. Alrighty, it is time to take over and land this thing. Whoopsie doopsie here. Oh, come on. Our airport is right there. You can see the tip of it. We're going to Fiero Rocket. Foxtrot Romeo. Lima Papa Foxtrot Romeo. And it should be down here somewhere. It doesn't always pop in. Depends on what my range is, but I saw it. Or there it is. Saw it earlier. That's how I know where it is. And I want to hand fly it in because nothing else to do right now. Other than look at more trees. Because of the way everything is messed up. And the scenery doesn't even look as good as it has for other bush trips. So, bummer of a bush trip, kind of a wash, but whatever. Well, yeah, I recorded it and uploaded it. If I flew it, recorded it, uploaded it, because we're doing all the bush trips here on the Tall Turtle channel. So we can't leave this one out. Whoa, better not overspeed. Oh boy. Careful that overspeed. So throttle's back. A lot of wind here. And our airport. So, whoa, more throttles back. Jeez. Be careful of the overspeed. There we go. It's here, I think, in the city. So you want to come out over here so we have a good base leg. Yeah. I'm going to go over here for a good base leg. And come down and lose speed. And I'm so blah that I'm just trying to get through this one. I haven't felt this way, like trying to get through something in like 2 years. So I'm just trying to get through this one. Let's straighten out a little bit here. We don't need to be that far away for a base turn. Some final views out the windows. We got a hill with the road, and the city, and the town, and some other stuff. And the ocean. Alright. I don't quite have the runway orientation yet. But I think... no, I have no idea. No idea. I know it tells us on the GPS, but still hard to make out. So let's stay at this altitude here, or else we'll lose the runway entirely. So throttles to increase or reduce our descent. Pitch for speed. Let's pitch up to slow down and get it in flap range. We're going to bring the nose up to slow down, but bring throttles back. We don't descend, and there we go. Boom. Into flap range we go, but we won't do flaps until we're on final. There's the runway. Okay, fine, first set of flaps. It's going to keep me from going too fast, so this what'll happen is I'll get antsy and speed up to get there, but then we'll be going too fast upon arrival. So anyway, here we go. It should be a very, very easy long approach. And just watch our speed there. And there is the city. Gorgeous with a huge swimming pool. Alrighty. Let's cut in a little bit. We don't need that long of a final on this airplane. In fact, we could have our final over the end of the runway and then come down and still stop in time. Let's just cut it in here. Man, it got windy all of a sudden. Goodness gracious. You can see the boats in the water. How cool is that? Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Of course, they're not really there. That's satellite imagery. But I still think it's super cool. Alright, 2 sets of flaps, which is also full flaps because it only goes down twice in the sim, but is notched like 3 or 4 times. 3 times, I think. Can we do final look out the window? Not safely. But we did. Alrighty, here we go. Let's land this thing for the final time on this bush trip. It was supposed to be 2 hours and... Was it supposed to be 2 hours something? 2 hours 38 minutes something, I can't remember. Whatever it says on the menu screen is different than what it says on the loading screen anyway. So, whatever, here we go. A little bit of throttle here so we don't come to a stall at the threshold. Long enough runway we don't have to approach this slowly, but it's still fun. We will use reversers even though we don't have to. And away we go. There's no turning back now. We do not need to go around. We're just going to aim for those numbers now. Coming right at stall speed. Because we can. And let ground effects take over here. Where are you, ground effects? There you are. And perfect. Boom, stall. What? Did I bounce the last? What? No. Did I? No, I didn't bounce my very last landing. I haven't bounced at anything except a Talg Dragon and what? Who cares? Whatever. The worst landing of the whole trip. Unfortunate, but whatever. It took an hour longer than it's supposed to, because of course it did. So there you go. If you have not seen a bush trip of mine, do not use this as an example, but I do invite you to subscribe and like, and see what comes next. I gotta take a break. This was annoying. The only one that's annoyed me. That's not bad. 1 out of 22 or 1 out of 23. Not bad at all. Alrighty. I got people walking around upstairs who are supposed to be in bed, so I'm going to get going. I'll see you next time.